Hello there guys, welcome to Dinos Vault. Welcome to my first ride review of the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 BS6 model. Everything that you need to know about this new BS6 update that the bike has received is what is coming up, and also my signature style ride review. So without further ado, let's do the honors.
Waking up with the sun at my side, peeking in through the blinds. Didn't say you were coming over, but I'm down for the ride. I'm hopping in your four-wheel drive under sea blue skies. I'm feeling this vibe, we should keep it going. Heading out of town and we got no doubts. Just put the top down, we can keep it open. If I could go anywhere, I would stay right here. I would stay right here by your side.
So this is the new Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 BS6 model. So if you're wondering what's new, well, the answer is not much. Even the color schemes remain the same. Now this one is called Ravishing Red, just in case you were curious. Now RE claimed that the GT twins were already launched as BS6 ready models, so all they had to do was make some minor tweaks and make them BS6 compliant. For those who aren't aware, BS6 stands for Bharat Stage 6, a government norm laid down for the automobile manufacturers to comply with, such that the vehicles put out lesser pollution and are more environment friendly. So the BS6 model is now greener and cleaner and puts out lesser pollution when compared to the BS4 model. The price increment for this BS6 model is around 8,500 to 9,000 rupees depending on the city you are from. Now powering the bike is the same 647.95cc parallel twin BS6 compliant engine that puts out 47.4 PS of max power at 7,150 rpm and 52.3 Newton meters of max torque at 5,150 rpm. We get the same super smooth 6-speed gearbox. Other highlights include a slipper clutch for faster downshifts without running the risk of the rear wheel locking or hopping. Now I'll be demonstrating how it works during my moto vlog in this video. It also provides for a lighter clutch pull. We get 41mm forks up front that offer a superb front end feel. We get gas charged twin shock absorbers at the back that offer great stability. We get a massive 320mm disc up front and a 240mm disc at the back. We do get dual channel ABS as standard. The tires are Pirelli Phantom Sport Comp tires. Now please note that these are 18-inch wheels with a 100/90 tire up front and a 130/70 tire at the back. Seat height is 804mm, so it can accommodate riders of all sizes. Ground clearance is abundant at 174mm. Now the price for the Interceptor 650 BS6 starts from rupees 2.65 lakhs ex-showroom, and to know the exact on-road price, please call the number appearing on the screen currently. So now that I've given you guys a quick overview, let's go ahead and check out my ride reaction. So without further ado, let's do the honors. First, let's go ahead with the acceleration test. That was awesome. Kind of same speed that I had achieved on the Interceptor 650 BS4 model, and wow, the bike has been a revelation in and of itself in our Indian market. It's been a game changer. It has completely changed the game in terms of pricing. So yes, it has kind of changed the rules that a 650cc twin cylinder bike is supposed to be priced higher. It took everyone by surprise. Everyone's jaw hit the ground when they announced the price, and now with the BS6 update, I think it's around 8,500 and 9,000 rupees dearer than the BS4 model. But boy, this ravishing red color looks absolutely ravishing. Truly. It looks really captivating in this red and black paint scheme, and you have the forged handlebar, a typical throwback element to the 70s roadsters. And the fit and finish, you have the aluminum levers, the switches are perfectly positioned, the tactile feel is really bang on. Then you have the twin pod instrument cluster, again a signature design element of the 70s roadsters. And as you watch the rev needle climb across the speedometer or the rev counter, it gives you that real kick that you hope for as a true motorcycle enthusiast. This is pure motorcycling at its very best. There's no not much of electronics that is intervening. You have dual channel ABS as standard, you have fuel injection, and that's about it. There's not an overkill of electronics between you and the motorcycle. It's the man and the machine, the bond that they share, that truly comes alive each time you ride a Royal Enfield. And the way they have silenced their critics, many people had many things to say and they kept quiet. I mean, they let their work do the talking. They walked the talk. So that is the best part that you can do. Best way to silence your critics is to walk the talk and get things done, and making sure that you make a statement with your work, so rather than just words. So the best part, let's talk about the ride feel. Is just as refined. You have the counterbalanced crankshaft with a 270-degree firing order, so the refinement is really good. There are no vibrations whatsoever, even while you're doing around 160 plus kilometers per hour, so long as you shift properly. Another good thing is there's no engine knocking, even if you're riding in a relaxed manner. So that's the beauty of the way they have got the tuning right on the 650 twins. Another thing is the chassis. Brilliant work by Harris Performance. I mean, you can't praise the chassis enough. It's so agile, so nimble. The rake and trail have been set in such a way that it feels nice and agile and nimble through the city, and feels rock solid when you ring the throttle wide open and blast through the empty straights. And that's exactly what we experience right now. I don't want to take too many chances here, but we did that acceleration test, and it was pinned at, the throttle was pinned at 160 plus, and it felt so reassuring, so rock solid. Then you have the Pirelli Phantoms. The tires, you have 18 inches, so the 18-inch wheels offer better straight line stability and better high speed stability. The 17-inch wheels, on the other hand, usually offer better maneuverability and better flickability. So this is the advantage of the 18-inch spoke wheels. Again, it can take on more rugged terrains much more effortlessly with confidence when compared to alloy wheels. Another thing, massive 320 mm front disc from Bibre. Now Bibre stands for By Brembo, an Indian subsidiary of Brembo brakes. So the brakes are spot on. You get 41 mm telescopic forks up front that offer a superb front end feel, and everything else is just bang on. And the way this bike accelerates is absolutely divine. It puts a smile on your face. Yes, that's what Royal Enfield motorcycles are all about. They are like unplugged music. I have said this 100 times before, and I say it again, because it's that bond and the relation and the affection that you share with your motorcycle that is evident each time you take your bike out. The bike listens to you, it becomes one with your emotion and your senses, and that's what true motorcycling is all about. It's more like a form of therapy. That's what I believe in. Each time I feel down and depressed, I just take my motorcycle and escape. I don't even record the footage, because that is something I need for myself. So that's exactly what motorcycling is, and that's exactly what Royal Enfield go by or live by, because they haven't changed their formula just to mimic others. They've always maintained that authenticity and followed their heart and believed and continued believing in what they've always believed. Another thing is how easily the bike turns around. So the turning radius is also very well sorted out for those quick city rides that you would want to pull off on this bike. The seat is nice and comfortable. The diamond quilt pattern seat is well padded. It's not too soft nor is it too hard. It has decent space, and it also offers adequate room for the pillion to feel comfortable. And then of course the rear shock absorbers with piggyback reservoirs, the gas charged shock absorbers at the back lend great support to the chassis while doing triple digit speeds and above beyond that. So let me just quickly do a braking test. Take the bike up to 60 kilometers per hour and slam on the brakes. Wow, that was trying to mimic a panic braking scenario, and believe it or not, I grabbed a handful of front brake and almost didn't use the rear brake at all. So that is another braking technique that you need to keep in mind, that experts believe in, that use the front brake for the majority of the time, like use around 80% front brake and 20% rear brake. Apply 80% or 75% pressure on the front brake and apply only 25 to 20% pressure on the rear brake. That is the right form of braking technique as per experts. So that gives you more confidence, makes you feel more in control. So suspension is great, the chassis rigidity and balance and stability is awesome, the handling is great, the versatility of the bike is absolutely bang on. Like, you can use it on a day-to-day basis, you can take it out for those weekend rides, you can cruise effortlessly at around 110-115 kilometers per hour without straining the engine. And then you have the oil cooling to keep a check on the engine temperature to make sure it doesn't heat up. The heat management is well done. I did ride it through the city streets as well over the last couple of days, and it didn't heat up so much to bother you. Like, you just feel a little bit of warmth between your thighs, but apart from that, so long as you're wearing footwear and covering your legs, you don't feel the heat all that much. Now let's do some nitpicking here. Now, what could be better? First thing is the most important, most annoying thing are these footrests. You see, I'm having to spread my legs wide open like this because the footrests come right in the way when you want to put your foot down. This is something like a design flaw or what happened, I'm not sure. They feel really good when you're riding, give you a very comfortable riding posture, but when you want to put your foot down, that's when they come in your way. So either you have to move your legs up front or move it back. That takes a little getting used to, but apart from that, everything is bang on. And guess what, the bike also gets a slipper clutch. Can you believe that? So many of you asked me to demonstrate how a slipper clutch works. So it allows you to do faster downshifts without running the risk of the rear wheel locking or hopping. So we're in 4th gear, I believe. So doing around 90 kilometers per hour. So if I want to suddenly slow down, so this is a panic braking scenario, and you can see we've shifted to neutral in a matter of no time, shifting down really fast, and the slipper clutch aids in that, and also it provides for a lighter clutch pull. One thing I can tell you is the first gear is now taller. You can see it goes up to 40 kilometers per hour, and second gear goes up to 60 kilometers per hour. So earlier the gear ratios were kind of evenly matched. Now the first two gears are taller, get a taller gear ratio. So second gear it goes up to 60. So that's one thing you need to note. So let me just conclude this video by giving you guys the exhaust note. You have this burbly, rumbly exhaust note because of the 270-degree firing order of the crank. Well, I guess that's pretty much it for now. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, God bless, and ride safe.
Waking up with the sun at my side.